Alright guys, we're here this morning. We've got 10k and we're attempting sub 40 minutes. So essentially that equates to less than 4 minutes per kilometer, which is something I've never done before. Granted, I haven't stepped foot on the track and said that I'm going to give a sub 40 10k a crack because I haven't ran a half marathon. I haven't really ran anything hard over a 5k before, but it's a cool kind of milestone to tick off. So not sure when I'll ever do it again, really, outside of this training block. So we're giving it a good crack this morning. We've got Tommy behind the camera. He's clocked this a couple of times, so, well, more than a couple. He's going to drag me through. It's probably going to be a tough run. I'll get some clips as we go. Ideally, would have had someone to film, but we make do. We adapt, we adjust. So we're going to go for it this morning, and let's give it a good crack. Let's go. 1k down. Tommy's in the lucky vector room. 350 pace. Let's go. Don't know how much more. We move. 2k's in. Second K, 351. The Garmin gods have looked down on me favourably today with a +9. We thank you, Garmin gods. No doubt we'll be skyrocketing above 200 BPM shortly. Stay tuned. 3k's in. 355, third K. We're ticking along. Not going to talk too much. Got to conserve. 4k's down. K4 was like 353 or something. Moving. Woo. 5k's in. Around 19:20 at 5k. So, I mean, the Garmin's a little fast, but we pay it. Having to dig deep now. Let's go. 6k's in. 6k, 350. We're moving. Not long to go. Let's go. 7k's in. 7th K, 349. We're starting to click over. It's getting harder and harder to talk. I'll still deliver for you. Let's go. 8k's down. 349. 2k's to go. But as we all know, the last stretch 3. There's only one. Let's go. 338. 9th K. 1 to go. Come on. That's 10k. Let's go. Oh yeah. Garmin said 10.2. We'll cop it. Good run. Alright Tommy, so we've just done the sub 40 minute 10k. In fact, it was, the Garmin clocked it around 38 low. We'll have to confirm on the stats, but that was a fun run. Like overall, like I think we're both in agreement, so we're pretty fit at the moment, so it's always nice to put out a run like that. How was that for you, mate?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I went out a little hot straight away because I wasn't sure about the pace, but we locked in like 350s around for the first few km. I think we both hit like 5k feeling really good, and then I was pretty surprised. We hit 8k and Grecky taps me on the shoulder and goes, "You want to up it?" And I'm like, "Mate, say less." So the last couple of k's were a bit quicker, and yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, well, I feel like when you hit 8k and you're rolling, it's like, it's really not too much more effort to lift that intensity, that slight bit. So we went from like 348, knocked it down 345-ish for the 9th, and then 339 for the last. So I feel like when you're rolling, you've built up a bit of confidence. The heart rate hasn't skyrocketed past 200 like in the past it has for me. So that gives you a bit of license to go for it. But I mean, it was perfect conditions this morning. Granted, like if you're going to run around like a gravel path where it's a bit up and down, uneven surface, the track does give you so much of an edge. So if there were the perfect set of conditions to run, a really good 10k time, it was probably like it was this morning. So we capitalized on that. But yeah, you really took the lead. I just slipped in behind you. There wasn't much wind, but whatever breeze there was, you really sheltered it for me. So
yeah, there wasn't too much breeze though. As you said, the conditions are pretty good this morning. I mean, the sun hadn't popped up yet. We got out nice and early. It's not really that warm, and yeah, the track's obviously beautiful to run around. So I feel like we just got in a groove.
Yeah,
pretty easy, and then yeah, just you can sort of just run mindlessly and not have to worry about really what you're doing. Just try to hit the pace and make sure the body's feeling good and that you're both on track to hit it. And
yeah, 100%. And you've just come off like a 28k trail run where you've ran phenomenally well and the conditions were pretty tricky. Like, what's your running focus going forward?
Probably like now transition to footy. So yeah, I did the 28k, the 2-base trail run a couple of weeks ago. Now I've done this. Probably just focus on footy, pull back the volume a bit, maybe up the intensity a little bit as well. So just drop the mileage. get some sprinting back. I haven't really done much sprinting, like less than a couple hundred meters for a while, which you need for footy. So yeah, I'll probably lock that in a bit. And yeah, you?
Perfect. Well, obviously like the 2K training for that. Tommy is going to be pacing me through the first K, the 2K. That is confirmed. So he's going to have to put up around a 2:55 first click. So we'll work towards that.
Yeah.
But no, you smashed that. You could run that in your sleep now. But yeah, so Tommy and I play in the same footy team this year. So we'll do a fair bit of work together. But in all honesty, like today was such an enjoyable run. To hit a time like that, to run with a mate, perfect day. Like you really appreciate those moments. So. It was awesome to be out here, and yeah, thanks bro for stepping up.
It's good. It's a good run. Like obviously, I've been doing more longer distance stuff, and you've been doing your 2K stuff. So I feel like it's nice to have like a nice 10K where I generally feel like if we raced it out of 10K, it'd be
neck and neck.
Like you might get me. I don't know. It'd be a fun.
You would have burned me. You would have burned me earlier.
Yeah. You never know.
You would have just upped it to a pace that I couldn't keep up with earlier.
Yeah. Either way though, it's a good battle. Like if we run a 2K, you'd burn me. If we ran a fucking half marathon, I'd probably probably have you
finish.
Yeah, but 10K is just it's a good battle. It's a good distance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great day.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no worries. Good stuff.
It's our favourite time of the week again. We're at the track. We've got our 5-800 session. This is one that always tests us, but is a good reflection of where we're sitting at 2K pace, running at intensity. So. Looking for a sharp session this morning. Going to try and hit, again, the reps under 230, preferably a little bit quicker. Hopefully set the tone early with a good first rep, because usually I've taken a bit of time to get into the session. So maybe a 227, 226 first up. 5 of them on 5.5 minutes. And then, you know, the training program's peaking. So this morning, we're looking at 8 200s after. Could adjust if needed, but yeah, 8 200s is the plan after the 800s. In case you're wondering, yeah, I've put on a headband. The program's getting tough. I'm trying to harness my inner Rafa Nadal, my idol. Yeah, I'm just sick of wearing a hat and my hair's too long, and I'm not cutting it. So yeah, we're moving forward with the headband. We'll see how long it lasts, but yeah, looking for a good session this morning. Running with Tommy. He set the tone early in 10K. This week and in our 2K at footy on Wednesday. So yeah, let's make it a good session. Rep 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 229 first up. For some reason, the first rep always feels a lot faster. That felt faster than 229, but we'll work into it. Probably the target's to work our way down to around 225, but if not, it's been such a big week of training that we'll just take whatever comes. Tommy running behind certainly helps this morning. Legs are pretty heavy, residual soreness in the hammies, but we'll move. Fuck. What was? Gotta figure out what time we actually started. I got it. What do you got? Oh, cool. Go. We're going. What do we go? 13 and a half. We go again. 13 and a half. Yeah. Second. On my watch though. Should be 5.5 on yours. Oh, we've got 1 5.5. Yeah. One. For some reason I've just ran a 220. That was pretty silly, but I don't know, it could work for me. I'm not going to try to hit that pace every rep, but fatigue the legs a little bit and be able to hold on for the next 3. Sorry, bro. Three, 2, 1. Good again. Good shit, bro. Stuff. 222. Pretty quick again. 4th rep definitely in a simmer. It's feeling pretty comfortable though. As tough as it is. Can't really talk, sorry. 224, still pretty quick. So let's keep it up. Not much to say. Let's lock in. What's that, bro? Yeah, it's tough. Oh wow. I'll feel the water. Here we go. Last rep's free. Make it count. Three, 2, 1. $220 last rep. Pretty good. That's quicker than the target pace. So we're tracking pretty well. Might give a little rundown as I'm walking to the car. I'm pretty cooked now. I'm gonna recover before these 200s. So just finished up the session, and to be honest, it was probably the best overall session we've had in the program so far. 5 800s, consistently under 230, a couple of quick ones in there, 220 reps. 6 200s in a 31, like average of 31 seconds, came home in the last rep in 28. And yeah, just feeling grateful to be healthy at the moment, feeling grateful to be able to move my body. I think the feeling of running fast but relaxed and in flow is one of the better feelings I experienced. So just grateful for that this morning. And we're tracking in the right direction. Just got to be diligent with my health. Can't afford any slip ups now. Only 3 weeks out. So yeah, really good session this morning. Enjoyed myself. It was definitely tough, but good to see improvements. And we keep plowing ahead, you know. I'll run the next couple of days and have a day off. So we'll get into it. Cheers, guys. Cheers. So that's week 5 of the training block done. It was a really successful week. Some good runs and good sessions in the bank, and I really feel as though we're building that fitness and consistency. Yeah, the body is feeling the pinch of, I guess, putting those weeks together and, you know, a stretch of tough sessions that in some cases are consecutive days, but
the body is managing pretty well, and we're getting pretty close. So we're drawing closer to the date. Less than 3 weeks to go now at the time of filming. So really exciting. And yeah, so essentially, yeah, started off with Monday with the 10K, ran with Tommy, and yeah, the goal was to run under 40 minutes, and we did that pretty comfortably. So it was, 38 minutes on the watch for 10K, but then, sometimes the Garmin can be a little bit inaccurate from that point of view. So 10.2 was the overall run in about 38:40. So successful run, felt really comfortable. Heart rate was an average of 170, which for me is really positive. So my heart rate, I've seen a gradual decline and a drop throughout this program, which has been awesome. And that's probably the main indicator of your cardiovascular improvement, which is critical for your VO2 max and hence your 2K time trial. So Monday was awesome. You've obviously seen the review. Tommy and I kind of break that down a little bit. Wednesday at footy, this is one that I haven't spoken about. We actually had a 2K time trial. Now, I kind of knew that this was coming up and I was obviously going to train through it. It was on grass and it went well. I ran 6:11 on the grass, which, as you know, the grass is slower because you lose a lot of energy into the grass. And 6:11 felt pretty comfortable. Towards the end, Tommy did come up on my shoulder because we play for the same footy team. He came up on my shoulder and I had to accelerate, lift the cadence a little bit. So I was working towards the end, but that kind of middle phase where I usually struggle and lose my intensity and focus was really strong. So 6:11, I would say it was, rather than a time trial, it was more of a hard effort, was really positive. So Wednesday was the 2K time trial, and then there was some running involved in the drills, the footy drills, but I made sure that I was running at a high intensity, that I was getting a bit of speed work in while I was still playing footy. Thursday was a good session, really good session as well. 4x1K, warm up, cool down. That's a real VO2 max focus session. It's a session that's often coined as like the Norwegian approach. So the Ingebrigtsens are a famous running family. If you're across the kind of athletics landscape, you'll know. And that was 4 1Ks on 6.5 minutes, and essentially went from 322, 317, then I increased the intensity, 306, and finished with a 258. And even those last two efforts were quite comfortable. So the progression's really positive. My cadence and tempo on that last rep, I was working hard obviously, but I was in such a good rhythm that I wasn't hesitant to kind of lift that intensity a little bit. So that was really positive, especially backing it up after the 2K and then the 10K on Monday. So quite a lot of intensity early on in the week. Friday was a rest day. Saturday was the 5.8s and the 6.2s. The 5.800s was by far the best 5.800 session that I've put out. And I was consistently hitting sub 230 to the point where it was, a couple of 220s in there at a comfortable tempo. So really positive. Obviously 224 is the 2K time trial pace, and I was hitting that quite well. Big positive. 200s were sharp. Didn't smash myself in those, but were sharp. And Sunday was a zone 2, easy. Noticing the heart rate come down on those. Quite warm this morning, but enjoying those runs because more or less I used to be confused by the term recovery run, but now I'm starting to see the meaning behind it. You kind of tick the legs over, get blood in the legs, and it can actually really help with recovery. I'm probably not at the advanced level yet where it's, where you kind of require that recovery run and you're so well trained that it really does enhance your recovery, but hoping to work towards that in sort of years to come, I suppose, as I become more experienced running. And that was the week of training. So week 5 completed. Week 6 and 7, it's going to keep ramping up. I'm going to do my absolute best to dial in my sleep, diet, recovery, and then week 8 is our taper week, and then the time trial is on the 22nd of February. So I'm really excited. The body's feeling good for now, which I believe I will maintain that kind of health given I'm diligent with what I'm doing. And yeah, I guess another thing I wanted to address as well was kind of the finish, the debrief of the last video. I rewatched it and spoke with a friend who gave me some great feedback, and I think I kind of came across as quite flat, and obviously I was, but I kind of lost sight of why I'm doing this and why I'm putting myself in front of the camera. And it kind of does relate back to the abundance mindset that I've already stated is one of my main principles of what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to live my life. And even though we experience hardships and challenges it is really important that we frame our mindset and perspective into how opportunities present rather than how those challenges may hinder us. The wind has just started absolutely howling right now, but we move forward. So yeah, I think I may have felt a bit sorry for myself in the last video. Things weren't easy. That's gonna blow over in a second. But I think it's really important that we adopt that abundance mindset when we experience those challenges and when we may feel a little bit flat. Because for me, it was my choice to pursue this journey. It was my choice to run as much as I am while there's other stuff happening in my life. So I have to take full responsibility of that. And this is what I want to be doing. I'm loving training. And looking back, I would encourage myself of a week ago to have that kind of mindset. And it's not to say we're not going to feel like that sometimes and from time to time, but the more often you can reframe your perspective to one of positivity and witnessing challenges as opportunities for growth, then the better off we're going to be. So that's what I'm trying to work on. And as I said, I'm going to sit in front of the camera, and when I haven't personified the values and the principles that I want to live by, then I'm going to own it. And that was probably one of those times. And yeah, we have to be authentic and we need to be really in tune with ourselves, but sometimes you can kind of speak it into existence, and that's something I'm trying to avoid. So yeah, just wanted to address that quickly, but week 6 done and it's going well. We keep pushing ahead, and once again, thanks for watching, guys.